See, because I can go, bam, and here I am.
Is that gonna be on the video though?
Probably. It's okay.
Come on, because this is getting on my nerves.
Oh, anyway, this is part 2 of part 1 of our introduction.
Part 2 of part 1. This is part 2 of whatever we're going to call this. Not part 2 of part 1, babe.
Hi, YouTube. Because she gonna work my nerves.
You hate it when I'm right. That's your problem.
Anyway, okay, we left off where
we had to go eat.
Yeah, eat. And
was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. She made some nice. It was good. Breakfast, brunch. It was brunch because it's 2 in the afternoon.
You had breakfast, babe. You had oatmeal.
Oh yeah,
and
so
coffee.
This was lunch.
I didn't have.
This was lunch. So okay, it was good. Anyway, we had Facebook was where we kind of reintroduced ourselves. And what did I do? I didn't say anything to her for about 3 months or so because I wasn't using Facebook and I wasn't doing a whole lot of stuff on Facebook. Every now and again, I would check Facebook because she would write all kinds of little quirky comments like, taking my dog Princess for a walk and it's cloudy and this woman next to me is getting on my nerves. And she'd write something like that and it'd be kind of like, okay, that's kind of cool. But when she started writing about her vegan adventures, that was kind of funny. And so I decided, let me just go ahead and contact her just to see, because I saw that she was single and all that. But
yeah, because he looked.
Wasn't like I was trying to get with her. It was just an old friend. I just want to just kind of hook up, reconnect, and just to say hi. That's basically all I wanted to do. So I decided to use that poke feature because it was there. And I just decided, let me see what it does because I'd never poked anyone. And I did it. I just poked and saw what happened. And then later on, I think, within an hour, she poked me.
No, that's not true because I actually had to call my goddaughter that lives in Arizona. And I was like, okay, so what does that poke thing mean? Like, when somebody pokes you, what does that mean? Because I didn't want to, like, poke back and it, meant something. It had some overt sexual undertone. So she was like, girl, just go and poke him back. So I poked him back.
She poked me back. But she also left a message. She says, oh, well, here's my number. I'll meet you at the bar. I'll bring one of our old friends.
Oh, my God.
She did.
Okay,
yes,
but I didn't say I'll meet you at the bar. I said, here's my number. Why don't we...
have some drinks.
Not just me and him. I threw in...
another mutual friend of ours.
Another old...
She brought him in it was like block.
Okay, because I didn't know what was going on with him.
But
I
said,
was just like, why don't all 3 of us meet up for drinks or whatever? We could all go to happy hour, and then we could all... Okay, but it could have been at a restaurant, or... He makes it seem like...
I'm
not bar
trying to make
is the only place that serves drinks. They do serve drinks at Applebee's and Chevy's and
I'm not trying to make it seem like that. But anyway, it was just like, here's my number, call me, maybe we'll have some drinks or something like that.
You sure called me.
I did. Well, see, I did, but I was kind of reluctant to because normally I wouldn't have just, called. So I called her at like 5 or something like that because I figured, okay, well, I'll call you 5, 6 o'clock. That's a respectable time. And I called.
I think you called me like about 6.
Yeah, because I know it was, somewhere around there. And I figured, I'll just say hey talk to her for about 15 minutes because I figured, what can we really talk about?
Outside of that catching up type thing.
Yeah, it's been like 30 years. She had her life, I had my life. I mean, what else are we going to really talk about? Just other than, hey, nice to see you. How's such and such? Oh, okay, nice to talk to you.
Oh,
goodbye.
You got kids. I see you got kids.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
That's all. But here's what happened. When we started talking, we caught up with a lot of stuff, but we talked for, what was it? 6? It had to have been like 6 hours. 5 or 6
6 hours
hours.
because it was like really late when we got off the phone.
Yes, and I mean, we talked and had to recharge phones and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting on a milk crate in my bedroom, so I could charge my phone and talk at the same time. We had been on the phone just that long.
We were talking, but that's how we knew there was something there, because it just flowed. And
no, because we both thought that, okay, this has got to be a fluke.
Yeah, we thought it was a fluke. But I mean, it was just a simple, easy going, fun conversation. We had fun, we talked, we laughed, we talked about just about everything concerning our lives. And to me, when conversations or when relationships click, you know, because it's not strained. It's not like I have to pretend like I'm someone. I didn't have to, like, okay, well, I'm making this much money, or this is what I do, or I didn't have to try to go out of my way to impress her. I was just myself, and we were just catching up, and that was about it. But the conversation just kept on going, and she's right. It did kind of seem kind of odd, because nobody talks for like 5 or 6 hours just on the first conversation.
On the first conversation.
And
not like, okay, well, yeah, somebody's on the other line, I'm gonna call you back. No, we talk straight 6 hours.
Straight through.
Straight through.
And the thing was, we didn't want to stop then.
I know.
I was just
tired.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, I want to hang up and I don't know how to, you hang up. It wasn't like that. Our conversation just continued to flow. And we're like, oh yeah, what about this and what about that? I mean, I can't tell you everything that we talked about, because honestly,
we talked about so much.
We talked about so much. We talked about our lives. We talked about the future. We never talked about being in a relationship at that time. All we did was we were just friends.
We were just talking.
Just old friends, just catching up and just being friendly and having fun. We talked about little things we had. We talked about some other relationships and stuff like that, but it was more or less just a lot of fun-loving friendships. I mean, when I hung up that night, I was floored. I was like, wow, I had no idea. I thought this was just going to be a 10, 15-minute conversation. We talked for 5 freaking hours.